Most heart attacks don't begin with a bang, they begin with a whisper. If your body tried to warn you a month in advance, would you be wise enough to listen before it's too late? But the truth is even more frightening. There were signs, subtle, quiet, persistent, signs that whispered instead of shouted, and because they were ignored, dismissed as stress, aging, or just being tired, tragedy struck. But it doesn't have to be that way. You have more power than you realize. Today you're going to learn 8 silent yet powerful signs that your heart could be in danger, even a month before a heart attack. These signs are your body's SOS, begging you to notice, act, and protect yourself. And if you stay with me to the end, you'll not only understand these signs, you'll walk away empowered, ready to make life-saving decisions for yourself and your loved ones. Indigestion or heartburn, more than just a stomach issue. We've all had heartburn after a spicy meal or a late night snack. But what if I told you that burning sensation in your chest might have nothing to do with your stomach? What if it was your heart crying out for help? Indigestion-like symptoms can sometimes be an early warning sign of an impending heart attack, especially in older adults, women, and diabetics who may not feel the classic crushing chest pain. Your stomach and heart share nerve pathways. When your heart struggles, your brain might interpret it as reflux or bloating. So, if your heartburn comes with nausea, dizziness, cold sweats, or pain radiating to your jaw or arms, do not ignore it. This isn't about scaring you, it's about waking you up. Signs 7. Unusual fatigue. When normal tasks feel like climbing a mountain. Picture this. You wake up after a full night's sleep and still feel drained. Making breakfast feels like a workout. Carrying groceries feels like a marathon. This isn't regular tiredness. It's a deep, unshakable fatigue. Why? Because when your heart isn't pumping effectively, your muscles and brain don't get the oxygen they need, so your body reroutes energy, and you're left running on empty. This kind of fatigue is one of the most overlooked early symptoms of heart failure and heart attacks, and it can start weeks in advance. So don't dismiss it. Your exhaustion might be more than age. It might be your heart warning you. 6. Sleep disturbances. The nighttime clue no one talks about. You're exhausted, but you can't sleep. You toss and turn, wake up gasping, jolt awake for no reason at 3 a.m. with your heart pounding. You assume it's stress or bad dreams. But what if your body can't sleep because your heart can't breathe? Poor sleep, especially frequent awakenings, vivid nightmares, or gasping for air, could be tied to oxygen deprivation. If your heart is struggling to pump, your brain doesn't get enough oxygen during sleep. Your body responds by triggering mini awakenings. This is called nocturnal hypoxia, and it's deadly silent. If you notice your sleep pattern changing dramatically for no clear reason, pay attention. Your heart might be working overtime and failing silently. 6. Shortness of breath. When breathing becomes a battle. You walk upstairs and suddenly feel like you run a mile. You talk on the phone and need to pause to catch your breath. You're lying in bed and feel like you need to sit up just to breathe. That's not just age, that's your lungs begging for air because your heart isn't doing its job. When your heart weakens, fluid can build up in the lungs, a condition called pulmonary congestion. It slowly robs you of breath without warning. Unlike breathlessness from exercise, this kind comes unpredictably. It creeps in slowly, then strikes harder over time. It's progressive. And it's dangerous. If breathing feels harder, don't wait. Your heart is asking for help. Sign 4. Pain in the jaw, neck, or teeth. The misdirected warning. Most people expect heart attack pain to strike in the chest, but your heart doesn't always play by the rules. Sometimes it speaks through the jaw, the neck, the throat, even the teeth. Why? Because of a powerful nerve called the vagus nerve that connects the brain to multiple areas of your body, including the heart. When the heart is in distress, the brain might mistakenly feel the pain elsewhere, a phenomenon known as referred pain. So if you suddenly experience tightness or dull aches in your jaw or neck, especially if it comes and goes or shows up after physical exertion or stress, don't brush it off. This is one of the most commonly missed signs in women. Actions. 3. Dizziness or lightheadedness. When the world spins without warning, you're standing, sitting, walking. Suddenly you feel faint, lightheaded, like the ground just tilted beneath you. Maybe you write it off as dehydration or low blood sugar, but what if it's your heart failing to pump enough oxygen to your brain? Heart disease doesn't follow a pattern. It doesn't wait until you stand up too fast. It doesn't need a reason. And it's terrifying because it often precedes a major cardiac event. If dizziness comes with shortness of breath, fatigue, or chest discomfort, get help immediately. This isn't about paranoia, it's about protection. Silent pressure, pain in the upper back or shoulders. The silent pressure, you stretch your shoulders, rub your back, maybe you slept wrong, maybe it's posture, but the pain doesn't fade, it lingers, a heavy ache between the shoulder blades, a pressure deep inside your upper back. This isn't a muscle cramp. This is a heart struggling behind the scenes. Upper back pain is one of the most misdiagnosed signs of heart attacks, especially in women, older adults, and diabetics. Why? Because it doesn't feel like what we expect. If you feel unexplained upper back or shoulder discomfort that worsens with activity and eases with rest, it could be a form of angina. That means your heart is starving for oxygen. Don't ignore it, don't minimize it. Your back could be carrying the weight of a warning. In 1, intermittent chest discomfort, the final whisper before the storm. Here's the most dangerous sign of all, and the one most often dismissed. Mild chest discomfort, tightness, pressure, a band squeezing your chest, a heaviness, a fullness, a burning sensation. Not pain, not always intense, not always constant. This is angina, and it's the body's final warning system before the heart breaks down completely. At first, it only comes during physical effort, walking uphill, lifting groceries, or getting upset. Then it starts appearing during rest. And one day, it doesn't go away. That day could be the day everything changes. So if you feel any kind of chest discomfort that's new, unusual, or paired with other symptoms like sweating, nausea, or breathlessness, do not wait. Call for help. Minutes matter. The truth that could save your life. Let me leave you with this. Heart attacks don't start the moment you collapse. They start years earlier, with clogged arteries, with silent inflammation, with overlooked symptoms. And they are not inevitable. They are preventable. Your daily actions decide your heart's future. Eat, real healing foods. Ditch the processed junk. Move daily. Even just a 30-minute walk can change your heart's destiny. Quit smoking. Control stress. Manage your blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar. Get regular checkups. Know your numbers. And most of all, listen to your body. Because when your heart whispers, you'd better hear it before it's forced to scream.